Great. Hi, Alex here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I want to talk to you about sales remuneration schemes. There's three elements to them: basic, commissions, and incentives, or I'll group the differences in those three packages. But people so often get it wrong. The idea of remuneration scheme is to motivate productivity, and people work them out, and they peep them out with like a chartered accountant type hat on, and that always doesn't work. They see it all as expenses. The only figure that matters is the sales less cost equals profit. So you've got to look at the whole picture, not just the expenses, the cost element of it. So we're looking at producing productivity. Now, the first thing on the basic, people think that's the simplest element of it, but actually there can be a lot of varieties on the basic. For example, you can have a fixed and variable basic, two elements to the package. And I go into that on where and why you might use that on a different video. There's also the 3-month staggered one, where you start somebody off on a probation of say 20k, which automatically goes to 25 or even 30k after 3 months, and they've produced, and been on the training courses and produced results and so forth. So you're not wasting time. Also puts off those that are just coasting job to job. Commission gets more complicated. There's different ways to do it. You can have a commission that's flat, say 10%, or you could have, as I once had, you cover your costs and whatever figure that is, £5 a month, and then you get 25% above that, for example. Might be a way of doing it. And another way of doing it is the step one, where the commission goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and the top ones are retrospective right to the beginning. I even know in commission schemes where it actually gets to 100%. So the marginal deal, the person gets 100% of the margin. Obviously it depends on your industry, the product and the thing, it's obviously on the margin. And that gets people up to high income. It depends on your culture. It depends on what you're trying to achieve in cultural types of terms as well. So it does get quite complicated. So I can't teach you everything about it in this video, but I'm trying to get the message to you that it is really important and a bit more complicated than most people realize. The incentives are absolutely key, because salespeople are always riding emotions, the peaks and the troughs. The troughs from the rejections, the frustrations, things not going well, deals going down, to the to the elation where it all goes really fantastically and they're buzzing and they're on a high and can't do anything wrong. And both of those emotions need managing. Incentives is one way to do it, keeping in touch with your people, having a regular drink on a Friday night, or going out every quarter on an incentive trip that you have to qualify for. These all need to be packaged into the scheme and make people motivated, buzzing, and consistently high performing. Not the peaks and the troughs, consistently. That's why sales management is so difficult, and it helps the challenge if you've got the right remuneration scheme. So think very deeply, and if you really don't think you're a master of this, find somebody else and get lots of advice. I'm available to really help you on it, and to look at all of the various factors, the short and the long-term trends, the sort of people you're trying to recruit as well. There's what I call entrepreneur types. They like the residuals, they like the long-term incomes, they like the passive, they like the building a portfolio, they think longer term, and the short-term people think in a very different way. And it depends on your culture. You might want just the urgency, you might want a balance of those. But I really do say hire slow. Really make it hard to get a job with your company. Really make it hard. And if you have to, fire fast. And the way, nobody likes firing anyone, it's the most horriblest task to do. So the way to avoid it is not have to have somebody that you think should be fired. Because the worst, and I see it in so many companies, is keeping people on. Oh, you just might work out this month. He's got that one big deal that might come in. Never happens. And you just make loss after loss after loss and demotivate all the other salespeople. So hire slow, fire fast, but get your remuneration scheme right, that it motivates people. Think from their point of view, how they work, how they think, what ticks them. They need to be under pressure. They'll ask for lots of basics and comforts and all sorts of things to take pressure off. Yeah, but it's a balance and it's not easy to do. You have to understand the psychology of the salesperson to build the compensation package and so forth into getting that right. So if I can help at all, give me a ring, give me an email, and I hope to see you soon.